And this breaking news, while we were showing you that, we now have an update on former President Trump's appeal against his New York civil fraud verdict. A New York appellate judge has rejected the former president's request to put a pause on the $454 million civil fraud penalty. But the former president did win his request to temporarily delay rulings that banned him from running a business in New York State and taking out loans from New York banks. With that, we bring in Jonathan Turley, constitutional law attorney and Fox News contributor. Jonathan, a bit of a split decision there for the former president. His attorneys pushed this delay on the grounds that this amount is so enormous that it is exorbitant and punitive, were their words. What do you think about this decision?
Well, it does give him a little breathing room. It still leaves him with a rather onerous burden. But the decision of the lower court, in my view, was unfair. You know, the judge imposed an unprecedented penalty under this law for this type of conduct. In fact, none of us have seen this law applied in this way. And by doing so, he not only hit Trump with this massive award, but required Trump to put the money up front under a separate rule, which requires you to deposit money or to get a bond. And then Trump was hit with a 30-day deadline to do so. And then on top of that, he was unable to do business with some of the New York banks. Most of us felt that that was really beyond the pale. I mean, at some point, it becomes confiscatory just in order to bring an appeal. And, you know, the example is that if you're contesting an order taking your home, you shouldn't have to sell your home to appeal that order. But people like Attorney General James were talking about precisely that. She was actually naming properties that she might seize or he might sell just to get the Court of Appeals to look at this opinion. So it is a mixed victory for Trump, but it does give him some more options he didn't have before.
She is very gleeful about the situation that he's in right now. She said, you know, I look up at 60 Wall Street every single day. Basically, if he just sells that, he could solve this problem. She's also putting on her X account every day the newly accrued amount, including the new interest that happens daily on this amount. Does he have any further recourse on this amount, in your opinion, which I think is due in a couple of weeks now?
Yeah, it's very hard. In order to get a further review, he can ask for it. I do think that he has very good grounds here to say that this was an excessive award, but also the conditions for appeal are beginning to shock the conscience, or at least they should. So I think he can push further, but he's unlikely to succeed with the Court of Appeals.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. The largest single judgment against any individual, I believe, in American history in this decision here against the former president. And it's a victimless crime, as they have admitted in this court. But they came up with an exorbitant judgment, in his opinion. Thank you very much, Jonathan.
He will be able to get that appeal. That's the key. He just has to come up with money. Right.
All right. Jonathan, thanks for hopping on with the breaking news. That's the story for today.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.